All right, guys, welcome back to Full Moon Hot Rods. Today we're going to be out here working on the Model A. The sub rails in the back of the Model A, I had to cut them and notch them to get them to fit down over the frame where I kicked up the frame in the back to have a little bit more travel. I went like 1.25 inches more than I normally do on the rear cross members. And the reason being, every Model A I've ever had, even kicking up the cross member, the bottom of the rear cross member to the top of the frame rail, if you put any luggage in it or whatever, and two people or whatever, it'll bottom out if you hit a bad bump. So I'm trying to gain a little bit more travel in the rear suspension, because I do drive my cars, I don't haul them. If you sit on a trailer, it's broke. So I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here, and I'll take y'all along for the ride. All right, you can see here in the back of the car, right here is the subframe, here and here, and I had to notch it out to clear the cross member where I kicked it up. So instead of putting the floor in it more flat here and then putting blisters over the rear shocks, I'm actually gonna kick the trunk floor up above it where the floor can be flat. It looks cool with the blisters and stuff in it, but I'd rather have it flat and just do some bead rolling and stuff in the floorboard. But anyway, I cut this oak block here. It's gonna go right here. Cut this rubber bolt, it's gonna go right here. So I'm gonna make my sub rails come across, go right here, and then they'll kick down, and then I'll box everything back in. And then when I take the body off the chassis, I'll actually either go under there and cut a lot of this old junk out, or either when I cut the wheels out of it, I'll take it out then. But that's what we're doing today. So let's get at this and see what we can get done. All right, guys, here's my pattern that I made for the back of the car. I've already cut it out. Got a little ahead of myself, but anyway, I'll take you back there and show you sort of what it's gonna look like. Okay, guys, this is kind of the way it's gonna be. It's gonna just attach to the top of the sub rails, and then I'll actually put a kick down on the side on both sides of it, and then I'll weld those to it after I get this piece here made, and then we'll install it and you can see what it's going to look like. All right, I got it laid out on the piece of metal that I'm going to use. I got to notch it here, bend it here, and I got to cut it off right here, and see if I can get it shaped, get a hole drilled in it, get it in place, and then make another one that's identical to it for the opposite side of the car. So let's get to cutting. Got it notched out. And let's see if we can get the length cut. All right, let's see if we can get this bent in this high dollar brake we got right here, if it's gonna fit. Let's see. May have to go about it a different way. Yeah. Well, it's just a little bit too long, so I guess I'm gonna have to cut it and then just weld it back together for it to fit into the car. Because it's a little bit too thick to go in the brake that I have, so I'll usually be in something like this in the vise or whatever, but like I say, it's a little bit too deep to get the bend. So it's All right, I think it'll just be easier just to cut it off instead of bending it all up and all, so let's go this route. Okay, let's try that in the car. We'll get our bend right, and I'll come back and just weld this up where I cut it, and we should be good. All right, guys, let's see how this would work. Okay, I think that's gonna work. So let's see if I can make one for the other side. That way we can get them exactly the same. All right, I got the pattern laid out on my pieces of metal. So I'm gonna mark it out. Same pattern I used on the other side. I just flipped it over to reverse it. Let's see. Okay, we got it laid out, so let's get this one cut out. Okay, there you go. We got them identical. So now I need to get a couple holes drilled in it for that body mount where I can pull them down in place, and then I can get my height right on the back and everything, and then tack this and then take it back out. I'm gonna put a side plate on both sides of it to make it strong. All right. All right, guys, I can't get to it where the cross member's at to get my body mount hole drilled. So this is how I did it. I put this in the car, marked the center of my hole with this in place, my body mount hole. Took my wood block, marked the center of the block on it, lined this line up with this line. This is gonna fit flush with outside the block. Lined it up with this mark here to center it. Took a pencil, went down in the hole, marked it like that. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's my hole. So in reality, I should be able to drill that hole and it line up. So let's get this hole drilled. So let's try it back in the car and see how it fits. All right, you can see how I got it in place. I got that hole, the way I drilled it, it worked perfect. But you can see how it goes in place. And here's the other side, same thing. So now I'm gonna come in on the side and I'm gonna box this side in and the opposite side. And then once I get those boxed in, I'll tie it in at the front, tie it in at the back, and then when I take the body off, I'll go ahead and cut the rest of that subframe out that's up under that, where it'll look good and neat, and should be pretty strong. All right, let's see if we can get something made to go on the sides of it. All right, I got this 3/4 inch angle. I've got it measured off and marked right here where I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut 2 of them, one for each side, and then I'll cut the short piece to go at the front. So let me get those cut and we'll come back and start trying to tack them in. Pieces cut. Let's see if we can get everything ready and tack those in. All right, guys, I got to cut a piece to go from here to here, from right here to here, 3 inches long. So I'm gonna cut 2 of those now and get them ready to weld in on both sides. So let me see if I can get those marked out and cut out. All right, I got these laid out. They're 3 inches in height. Got 2 of them laid out, so let me see if I can cut those and we'll get them tacked in place. Those 2 cut out. So let's see if we can get them tacked in the car. All right, I got my plate in. I got my piece of angle on the side of it. I'm gonna see if I can get that tacked in place. All right, let's see if we can get the other side in place and tack it. around it and finish welding it and everything. I'm still not finished welding it, but that's kind of what it's looking like. And there's the block, put it out the car. So now I'm gonna weld everything solid and get it ground down. I'm gonna put a plate on this side right here where it'll be like a channel and it'll give it more strength. Okay, let's see what we can do with that. All right, I got it all tacked up on the inside. So now I got to cut a piece to go right here on this side where to make a channel, or is making it real strong and everything. So let me see if I can cut that piece out. I got this piece here marked out to go on it, so let me cut it and then we'll put it on. Put in place. So I'm going to tack it now, and then we got to cut a little piece to go from here to here, and then we're getting close. this welded in. Go in the car like that. Then I'll come back and cap this off. Tie this in. Alright, let's see if we can get another one. Subframes, and then right here on this side I'll box this side in too and weld it to the subframe. Let me see if I can get them bolted back into the car and we'll weld them in. Alright guys, I've decided I'm going to go here and cut this out, weld my other pieces in that I've made, and once I take the body off, I can get up underneath it and clean the sub rails up and do some boxing or whatever I need to do. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the majority of it out of the way. Okay, there's one of them back in place. See if I can get this other side in. Alright guys, there's everything in place. So now I'm going to go there and tack everything in, get it welded up. Then I'll have to come back and put some cross braces in for my floor. But if I get this welded, that's about all I'm going to do today. And when I do start doing my sheet metal in my floor, I'll maybe do a short video of the cross braces. Alright, let's get at it. All right, guys, there it is. I'm gonna come back and box this here in on this side, and then I'll trim this and round it off on both sides. So there you go. That's the way that I kicked up the subframe on my Model A. All right, guys. All right, guys, that's all I got. I'm gonna come back and finish that up in probably the next video, hopefully. Unless I decide to go do something else, whatever. You get bored with fabricating all the time. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Share the videos. I appreciate all the new subscribers and the old ones. Just keep subscribing and help me grow the channel. And I'll keep trying to bring you good content. All right, thank y'all.